What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I know this is super late, but I felt like dropping the video anyway. I honestly don't care about the time, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's talk about these mid-year awards, and we're at the last one, the end of the road, and let's save the best for last. The top 5 male fighters of mid 2022, man. There's been some really great performances. I feel like at least 3 of these guys deserve a mention. The rest probably don't, but it was kind of hard to pick a top 5 and not pull at least a few lackluster performances from champions. Cough, cough, skinny boy. But yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day, man. Not both these guys, all these guys got W's, and I mean, it is what it is. You can't hate. But yeah, let's talk about number 5. I know this is going to be a shock to some of you guys, but at number 5, I put Aljamain Sterling. It was a battle between Davison Figueiredo or Aljamain Sterling at number 5. It was really hard for me to pick. I had to take my biased hat off because you already know how I feel about Actor Boy. But I thought about it, and I guess Aljamain had the less competitive fight or the less competitive fight out of the two, out of Davison and himself. And Davison, I know a lot of people felt like it was a robbery, and some people felt like the Jan fight with Aljamain was a robbery too. So don't get it twisted, but when you watch both of those fights, the Moreno Figueiredo fight was a war. I wouldn't say Jan versus Aljo was a war. It was more of a technical chess match between striking versus grappling, and sometimes Jan will implement his grappling in the 4th round. But yeah, I had to put Aljo in here out of respect. He proved some people wrong. He had a better performance in the rematch against Jan, even though I felt like Jan also competed really good, which gets forgotten for some reason. But yeah, it was a really good performance. By himself, and he proved himself why he was a champ, and he showed why he was a good fighter. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I put him at number 5, so hopefully all the Aljamain fanboys can be happy about that, and some of his new fans that came out of nowhere. But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, that's number 5. At number 4, I had to put the heavyweight champion of the world, Francis Ngannou. I know this is gonna anger some people that put money on Ngannou, and I guess they're mad because their boy got controlled for like 2 minutes or whatever in the 5th round, and they feel like just because a heel hook attempt, you get a W in a world title fight. But hey, it is what it is. Francis taught him how to wrestle. Get over it. Yeah, I had to put Ngannou here because just all the things he was going through. And like another thing for the Ngannou fans, Ngannou had no knees and he still beat him. Like, get over it. But yeah, back to Ngannou. The things that he was going through, the management issues, the battles with the UFC, in terms of outside of the octagon, just all the stuff he was dealing with, all the outside talk of him potentially fighting Tyson Fury, all that stuff, and he went out there, fucking took the bullet, got the W, and fucking beat out his contract, and he just showed the world why he ain't the one. And it's like, don't get it twisted. I did call him the next Tyron Woodley, but I didn't say it as a disrespectful way. I said it more or less as a way that, first of all, he could have performed a lot better, in my opinion, but I didn't know he had an injury. So when I found out he had an injury going, well, it was kind of obvious, but I wasn't sure of the severity of the injury. And, when I found that out, I felt really bad about saying the stuff I said. But I felt like some of my points weren't that bad. My bad for the noise. But they weren't that bad. But, the reason why I call him the Woodley was because, honestly, the fight with the corporation, his battles with, Dana, all those guys in the UFC, everybody, And that's why I really compared him. But Tyron Woodley never beat the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tyron Woodley got beat. He eventually got put in his place. He was, he did humble them. Don't get it twisted, the Darren Till fight. But eventually, they put the old dog down, right? They ain't put Francis down. Francis, he kept his head high up. And
I feel like Francis, he deserves a nod just because of what he can really do for the sport. Real talk, and all the fighter pay stuff and all that. So yeah, I had to put him at number 4. Um, at number 3, I had to put Israel Adesanya at number 3. I felt like I felt like not putting him on here, but he did have 2 fights in the UFC. I could have put him lower. Honestly, I probably could have put him lower. Maybe I could have switched him and Francis, but I gave him his credit. He had 2 fights this year. He beat Jared. Some people felt like he lost to Robert Whitaker, but it is what it is. He did defend his belt 2 times. It was lackluster performances, but there's only another person on this list that can say they fought twice in 2022 and also defend their belt twice. So you have to give him some respect for that. I don't know what else I can say about Izzy that's actually like respectful. You know, he got the job done. At the end of the day, he got the job done and he won. He won. He got the nod. So good for him. But I'm being honest, man. He has been nothing but a disappointment this year. He did himself no favor saying that he was gonna finish Jared Cannonier, and then he went out there and went 25 minutes with Jared Cannonier. Now the Robert Whitaker fight, I didn't think was boring personally. When I watched it live, I didn't feel like it was a boring fight. I'm gonna be honest. I enjoyed watching the fight. I enjoyed watching Robert Whitaker's wrestling in the fight, and that's primarily one of the things I enjoyed. Izzy got a knockdown in the first round. I don't think the fight was a boring fight. I think the fight kind of got ruined because it got called a robbery. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. My humble opinion, Izzy did his thing. Can't be too mad at him. And I would be on a different level of hating if I didn't add him on the list here. So I'm just trying to be fair. Trying. But it is what it is. At number 2, I had to put Charles Oliveira. I know he only fought once, but that performance against Justin Gaethje, man, he shut Justin up bad. He shut him up bad. That was for like a lot of people ask me like what's the worst loss that Justin ever took? Was it the Khabib one and the Charles one? The Khabib one was bad because Khabib did him dirty. But the Charles one was worse because of what Justin kept saying before. He just kept saying it. He wouldn't stop calling him a quitter. Like 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 he wouldn't stop saying it. And it is what it is. I got nothing against Gaethje. I feel like he's kind of getting a lot of hate now. I know he talked a lot of mess, but some of the hate he's getting, I don't think he deserves. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Charles did him dirty, and that was one hell of a performance. And I never thought in a million years someone would flatline Gaethje like that, the way he did. Like, now I give him that. I was more impressed with that punch he landed than the actual submission. I was in shock. Because I've seen Gaethje get knocked out. Don't get against, what's his name, Eddie Alvarez, Dustin Poirier. But he never fell like that. He felt different, which was actually somewhat impressive from Charles. So, and obviously Charles got hit. Don't get it twisted. He got hurt. But it was an impressive performance, I will say that. And a very career-defining performance. And also, it was a sunning. Like, he sunned Justin. And you got to give him that. You got to give him that. I give him a lot of respect for that. And he did his job. He took care of business. But at number 1, there can only be one mid-year 2022 fighter of the year. And it's Alexander, the baby goat, Volkanovski. How can you not put this guy on your list? He might end up winning fight of the year if he fights a third time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might do it. But I don't know if he's gonna fight. I know he's dealing with an injury, but beating the Korean Zombie and Max Holloway for a third time, the Zombie fight, like, oh my god. Like, it's a fucking beating in every aspect of MMA. In the wrestling, in the striking, everywhere. He completely mauled him. He violated him. And I like the Korean Zombie, but my god, that was such a fucking performance by Volk. And then the clinic that he put on Holloway, the art of getting hit and not getting hit. Volkanovski taught Holloway about defense and offense in there, and he fucking did it picture fucking perfect. It was a great performance, and he deserves this. I still don't consider him pound for pound yet. But one thing I will tell you for sure, he is probably fighter of the year. He fucking killed it this year, and yeah, man, that was a wonderful performance by him against Holloway. And yeah, man, I had to go with Volk, man, over all these guys because he just set the bar. He really did. He set the bar. He's basically doing what Usman did last year. He's just letting his division know who's the man, and he's also letting all the doubters know there's no point. You don't pick against me. You will look like a fool. You know? And that's what he's doing, and you got to give him his credit. He fights a third time, I'm telling you, and he wins. It's a sealed deal. He's the man. He is the fighter of the year. But things can change, though. We got some time till January. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all, and goodbye. Your boy eBay is out of here. Go follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter. Like and comment and share. Hopefully you enjoyed this little series of my mid-year awards. Love y'all, and goodbye.